Go ahead.
Hey, I'm very rare these days, but then I'm trying to on
Also
everything.
notice that you were also
I'm trying
trading, what you call this? You were trading
to
volatility.
synthetic indices. Yes, volatility indices. Yes.
Yeah, how is it going?
Oh yeah, it's going fine. I'm more interested in volatility than currency pairs.
Oh, okay.
On
But
currency pairs, yeah, I'm getting back to currency pairs because I don't want to focus on indices only because whenever they on consolidation, sometimes it takes a week or two.
it takes some time, né? Yeah, I think I'm also having a bit of challenge
It takes some.
network.
Yeah.
Welcome, Noel. Welcome to tonight's session. We're doing Sunday analysis. I see I'm getting a lot of message. A lot of people have got a challenge with electricity. It seems like there to be
Because
load
of this load
shedding is
shedding.
all around us, eh?
Mm.
Hmm? Okay, remember, if you've got any question, feel free to ask. You can ask me on the WhatsApp. You can also send me the email. That's my email right there. Okay. So these are my details. So that is my Insta, that is my Twitter, that is my WhatsApp number. And call me on that number. That is my email address. So it's very important that as much as we are doing the session, we are enjoy doing the session. Most important is you should be improving, improving what you are doing every day, and then also every week there should be some growth. Some people say that if you grow 1% a day, you're going to be growing 365% in a year. So what is important is progress each and every day, okay? So if you can see my screen and you can hear my voice, please just type on the chat box that I'm in the session so that we can know that everyone they can hear this, they can hear my voice, and they can definitely see the screen. That is very important. That all the sessions I'm uploading them on a YouTube channel, and then I'll do send the link afterwards. And when you click and you watch the video, make sure you just click like on the video and you also subscribe to the channel. So whenever I upload new material, you can get access, and also you get a notification. Okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Siyabonga. Okay, so another key thing that we've mentioned that we're going to be mainly focusing on coming this month, we're going to be having a bit of a campaign that we are running with Tick Mill. So that campaign is going to be ongoing for the next 6 months. Basically, it's the next 3-year plan. So in the next 3 years, you want to see progress of traders coming from beginners. So basically, when I talk about the Millionaires Intelligent Institute, the aim of it, empower and enrich, is to make sure that when you go through the program, you're able to be an independent trader. So that is the key thing. You become an independent trader that you're able to analyze, and also you are able to even share your results. So like I keep saying, it's educating, number one, about the financial markets, then educating you about the financial the mental skills on how to implement the strategy. And then the third thing obviously is just making sure that you're able to feel and enjoy the network of being around other traders and being around other members within the group, and you're able to, since we are giving you a platform to basically even interact with other traders within the group, and you can learn something from them. Remember, 6 to 9 every morning we're doing the breakfast show. And if you don't know, my background obviously is just mute. Sorry about that. Okay. So my background is basically on engineering. I have a couple of businesses experience. I'm part of a couple of business of companies that are running. I've been to the college to learn about papers. I've had an office in 320 in Mzanga, network marketing, part of crypto. And I know about shares and investing. And also, obviously, right now, we are doing a course in trading. I've done a couple of my own trainings. So we keep saying that we're focusing on a long-term plan, but just remember, we keep mentioning this because it's our 4-year plan. So I'm gonna keep mentioning this because if you can make 200 rand a day, the main focus is making sure trading is part of your income. So whether you've got a job, whether you don't have a job, whether you're running a business or you're not having a business, maybe trading is your full-time, you're a full-time trader. What we're trying to show you here is a possibilities, what is possible with trading. You can use trading as a way to raise a capital, maybe you're a musician, maybe you're an artist, maybe you're in ministry, maybe you want to start a business, maybe you're just into gym and sports. So you can use trading as a way to fund whatever you want to do for your family, for yourself, even for the community. So if you make 200 rand a day in the week, it's going to be 1,000 rand, 4,000 rand a month. 48,000 rand a year, and within a period of 3 years, if you are doing 48,000 rand a year, it's going to be 144. And obviously, if you're doing 3,000 rand, it's going to be 15,000 rand, and that is 60,000 rand a month, and that is basically going to be in 3 years' time. In the year, we're talking about 720,000 rand. So this amount is basically enough for you to buy a good property, mainly in township, but it's going to be a flat if you're looking into a suburb area. But you can also buy a huge piece of land if you go into rural areas. And obviously, it's about 2.1 million over a period of 3 years. And 20,000 rand a day, this is about $1,000 a day. If you're trading an account that is like maybe 20,000 USD or 10,000 USD, you can definitely achieve half of this, or you can also do $1,000 because $1,000 right now is close to 19,000 rand, which is basically about 80,000 rand a week. Remember, what is important? A month, 320,000 rand. We've mentioned before, in the first year, you're making about 3.8 million rand. In 3 years, about 11.5 million rand. What is important is this. These are just numbers. So if you're a trader, always very important to have a discipline, understand that money will follow your skill level and your education level. And also, as much as you can learn everything, it's very important to back test. It's very important to have the mental skills to be able to implement the strategy. This is just a plan, but remember, trading, there are no guarantees. You can definitely lose your money if you don't know what you're doing. And also, if you're not applying proper risk management. So very important, learn the skills of being able to analyze, but also learn the mental skills of being able to be patient and waiting for the proper setup all the way. If there are no setup, it means there are no trade. If there are no setup, it means there are no trades. Okay, remember this week, we're going to be focusing obviously on NFPs. That's happening this week. Also, the good news, we were looking at the screen, that debt ceiling, they've reached a deal, so which is good. So they're very happy in the US because they've reached a deal. The debt ceiling is now sorted, you know, which is good for them. They're very happy. They're very excited in the USA because they've reached a deal. So that being on this week, you might just see a lot of bullish movement in terms of equities. So you might just see a lot of movement in terms of the Nasdaq reaching a new high, USD. So this is let me just show you. So this article, which is very good. Another thing that happened last week, we had a interest rate hike in terms of South Africa. So looking at this, so this is story, okay? So this is the story that we're looking at. Pretty exciting for people that are. The reason it's important is because, okay. So, like I keep mentioning this because now they've reached the McCarthy next challenge sell debt ceiling deal in progress. So this is done. Remember that basically this was that ceiling that was reached. So now they've been given that a fair increase that they can actually borrow from the Reserve as a government, which is good news. Okay, which is definitely good news. Oh, another thing, let's check it out because we're also looking at. Welcome to everyone who's joining. Welcome. We're just getting started on this, okay? So, looking at this week. So, good news is we're going this week with having reached a deal in terms of the debt ceiling, which is good news for a lot of people that are trading in the market. It's also good. It's also a good news for bankers out there. A lot of bankers are happy that the interest rate is high because it means they're getting higher interest on loans. But it's also been on them because they've been struggling in terms of being able to pay off some money without getting new debt coming through, because a lot of people obviously are struggling to pay off their debts with the new hike. If there's a high, if interest rates are high, it means few people are able to afford to pay debt, and few people are actually attracted to debt. Looking at this week, not much news, not much is happening tomorrow. We're gonna see its GDP. The pound has a bank holiday, CHF bank holiday, USD bank holiday, French bank holiday, Monday 29. Not much volatility in the market, but we know since there's news of a debt being lifted off, is gonna be happening good times in terms of the dollar pairs. Tuesday, not much except the consumer confidence 4 p.m. So basically, when you're looking at this 101, the 99.1 expected. So that's expecting obviously the dollars to drop a bit. On Wednesday, you're gonna have RBA. They're gonna be speaking. This is the Reserve Bank of Australia. The governor is gonna be speaking. Governor Lowe. Remember last time they did raise rates on Australia, and it did affect them and saw a huge drop on it. But we don't know if this time is gonna happen. But expectation obviously is that the AUD might be gaining, strength this week. But based on what has been happening, especially with even with the China and the US conflict around, so whereby there's that conflict going on between USA and China, it's really affecting some of the manufacturers in China. It's really hectic, and these are just wars, politics. Otherwise, CPI 3:30 on Wednesday, the most important one looking at CAD, GDP on Wednesday. And we're gonna be watching what's gonna be happening on Friday, NFPs. That's basically what we're watching much. But otherwise, let's just go through the charts. I know a lot of people are like, hey, Mr. President, you wanna see the graph? What is important is I've seen a lot of people. What is important, number one, when you understand your strategy, now you need to be able to implement your strategy, your mental skills. A lot of people, a lot of traders don't really focus on mental skills, but mental skills are very important because it's the way we're going to be able to. But another thing you need to teach is the discipline and the focus to be able to do the right thing, within that skill, because trading is very powerful, way, because if you click buy and the market goes up, you're gonna make some money. If you click sell, even if you don't know what you're doing, because you click sell. So what I do normally, I always like to change the charts. I change it into a line chart. Okay. Then I can mark the low. So this is the high right there. Okay. So now I can mark the low. This is the low. So what I do is I put a Fibonacci because this is dropping. So I pull from there towards the bottom, okay? What I'm looking for when I do this is the zone between the 50 and the 60, okay? 60 and the 50 is this zone here, right? So this is the zone, okay, that I'm looking for between the 50 and the 60 of the Fibonacci. So that's the level that I'm looking for. Then what I'll do is I'll look towards the left. If I see anything, for example, this here is what I'm looking for. This here is the important part of information. Remember when I say 50 and 60, I'm talking about this zone. So in the middle of this zone, if there was a drop, I expect the market to come back to this zone between 60 and 50. And then obviously, this is saying if we take this as let's take this as 100. When the price dropped to this level, let's call this is basically a zero level. The price will more likely to come back, retrace after dropping so much, back between 50 and 60. Once it reached that level, I expect it again to do another drop. Okay. Okay, hope you're getting a bit of understanding about this. So now we've got the USD JPY on this level. Okay, now I change it back again to candlesticks. Okay, what kind of a setup I'm seeing here? Okay, beautiful thing. I'm seeing this setup. So what I'm expecting here is right there on the zone, right between 50 and 60. Just remove this line. So I'm expecting this when it gets to that level, because this here was, let me just call this previous support. Okay. I don't want to use fancy names, so I'll just call it support because we're doing analysis for the upcoming week. Okay, support. Yeah, support is like a floor. Okay, so let's just call that support so everyone can be on the same page. You can see. So now looking at that level above it, you can see this was a retest. So the price dropped. There was a breakthrough drop from that level. This, see, it was a drop towards this level. And then there was a pullback retest on previous support. And then just made another drop. Okay. And then another drop. Okay. So that's a drop. Before the drop, the last bullish candle, just zoom in. Oh, welcome, Sunday. So the last bullish candle, this is the last bullish candle, which is this candle before further drop. This is the last bullish candle. Let me show you what I mean. This here, this is the last bullish candle. This white candle. It's the last bullish candle after the price drop. Okay. So what I'm expecting, my expectation in this is that as the price is already there, that level, take that. So expecting the price touch that level and do a further drop up until that level over there. So this is 16.8 and 11. So I'm expecting this to drop towards this level. This is USD JPY. Okay, that's our first pair we're just looking at. If you've got any questions regarding this pair, then obviously if you're taking an entry, go and look at the smaller time frame, see what is the price doing. If the price is starting to reject a level like what is happening here, is always yeah. So when you start seeing this rejecting in the level, then you know that the price is actually reacting to that level. So higher time frame, we can see the direction. Smaller time frame, we're looking for entry point. Okay, you can see the price started to reject, started to drop. Obviously, with the higher time frame, you can have your take profit from there. What is going to be your take profit if your entry is here? If your entry is there, take that as an entry, that level. So from there up until there, it's over like close to like 1,000 pips. So it's a lot. It's a lot of pips. Yeah, it's a lot of pips. So you can hold that up until to that level. Obviously, sometimes maybe you hold. It's up to you. Some people they like taking trades and seeing profits. Maybe you can hold up until that level. It's up to you, how much you want to hold. But higher time frame for clear take profits. I like holding some of your trades. Obviously, it's very important to understand if you enter, this is going to be 150 in terms of the stop loss, but obviously over 400, in terms of your take profit. But it's just up to you what you do. But I'm just showing you because this level here, we've mentioned before in previous, these here are some of the previous resistance level. So we can call this R1, R1. Yeah, we've done analysis on this, and we say it's going to push up and it's going to break above this level. Why above this level? Because there are people, there are traders who are trading breakout traders. When I say breakout traders, when they see a market that is breaking above a zone or breaking below a zone, those are called breakout traders. So now from here, that's what you're expecting. Also, we also always expect when the market is moving towards the real supply, this here is going to be, see here, it's going to be a bit of, this here is going to be moving in some form of compression. Compression meaning it's not aggressive move like this one here. It's not an aggressive move, but it's compression, like a spring, this is compression. You can see it's not aggressive, it's just drop, it's just moving because it's now getting ready to drop. Okay. Let's take a look at what other pair. I think we're looking at Nasdaq. Excuse me. Sorry about that. What other pair? I think it was USD that you're checking out. That USD is already started the move. If you go to the daily, you can see it did sell, did send, see it did react to that zone, and you can see this here is a bullish. This here is this right here is what we call a bullish engulfing, and it did that, and there was a bit of reaction, and that reaction was right there, and you can see it has been in a bit of a compression pullback. Okay, so I'm expecting USD to reach a brand new high, the new money that's gonna be pumped into the US economy as the debt ceiling deal has been reached. So you can see there. If you change this, okay, this drop from there to there and then coming back, if you change this to line again, you're gonna take a high and you're gonna mark low. Okay. Basically, I'm expecting equities to create new highs this week, and so we're gonna pull from there. We're gonna mark what 50 and 60. Okay, 50 and 60 is between here and there. Okay, and you can see it did react. Let's change it to, and you can see there was a bit of reaction between 60 and 50 level. But I'm expecting them again to move further up there. Okay, remember, if you're gonna enter a trade, and you need to make sure always enter. I like entering on these levels. If I'm entering a buy, I like entering a buy at that level. But sometimes the market doesn't go back to the zone that you've marked. So allow the market, basically wait for allow the market to come back to the level where you want to enter. Don't, for example, the market is moved towards this level. Now, if you're gonna rush, because you can see even here it's forming some sort of a compression. So what can happen is you might just like, yo, you know what? Let me buy. And then the market just, before it goes up. Remember, bank traders, before they buy, they like to see a lot of people that are selling, because they need to collect liquidity. They might just do this, come back here and go up, you know. because this is a level where you saw a huge buying momentum. So this is a huge buying move upside. And before that, the last candle, this is the last candle, which was bearish before the market actually moved up. So you saw potentially this candle. This is basically the candle that I'm talking about. Got a question. Spike on the fresh order block. Okay. All right. So now you're basically seeing that compression touching that level. So this is a nice entry for me. I'm looking at the 1 hour, and you can see on the daily. This is the daily. Okay. See that there, that touch. Just zoom in. This is USD to daily, and I like that. You can see. Look at that. And I like the fact that it's been building up. So it's been building up all this with the form of a compression. If for you, maybe if you can, maybe you understand compression as a channel. I know a lot of people have traded channels. Maybe you understand it better if you draw some sort of channel. So, for example, what I mean. So it's been a bit of a compression, and you can see the price right there touched this level. So previous this year, this candle, you can see this was our last candle that was bearish before the price actually moved up, and it did make a touch, and we did send a buy signal. So what you want to do is you want to enter here, best entry. If it doesn't come back, it will definitely give you another opportunity. Let's go to the smaller time frame. So this year, I keep saying the price come back here, and then you enter a good buy. Yeah, but I'm still expecting that the market obviously going to break through those levels. So yeah, so that's basically my view on this one here, which is US state. Okay. If US state is moving up, obviously we expect SP 500 to move up. I'm also expecting gold, because as there's more money being pumped into the system, I am expecting gold. We've done analysis of gold that you can see right there. We've done an analysis of gold. See that there. And you've seen gold, let's just change this again. This is the highest high, and then this is the low. Previous one. That, and from there, Fibonacci pulling up. That. Okay. So from there to that level, zoom in, change this to candlesticks, and then you can see between 50 and 60, that's the level we are at. But you're gonna look left. When you're looking left, this is a zone of interest. So the zone of interest is this one here. This is the zone where you've got interest. Okay. We zoom in a bit more. We zoom in a bit more. You can see that this is candle we are looking at. So basically, 1925, 1929, and I'm expecting gold to push really, really up, because it's been dropping. The reason it is dropping is because there was a demand for the dollar more than gold because of a debt ceiling issue. But now you can see the zone here. I think we've marked it before that. Obviously, because of that liquidity over there, expecting gold to drop because of that liquidity over there. So we did have the expectation that gold will drop even further down because of that. A lot of rejection when there was a drop, and then compression, expecting it from there. Remember, this is originality. This is the source of a huge buying momentum for gold. So where it's all started is at this kind. Okay, this is where, and then obviously coming back to this zone, and also because of the fact, if you're looking at this side, also you can see it here. This was like a previous resistance level, and then it broke above, then it's coming back to this zone. So expecting it to move further up. Okay, this is a turning point of breaking through that level over there. Okay, just show you. Oh, I think this is making sense to a lot of people. Okay, this is like a turnaround where after this doji here, there was a huge bullish momentum which broke above that level over there. This candle is a candle that actually made everything possible, which means they're breaking above from this candle. There, yeah, this, yeah. So this candle, bullish candle, breaking above that level over there. Now the market is went up, then came back to this almost similar level, which is that level over there. Okay, so Pumlani, you are joining us when you're about to close a session, only with about 5 minutes. So I'm expecting that the gold is coming back to this level. It's gonna turn, then go further up, because there are a lot of dollars in the market, as you know. That selling is lifted up, meaning there's more money that's gonna be pumped into the market, which means the value of the currency is not gonna be that much, And gold, I'm expecting gold to spike up. I'm also expecting a bit of a stability in the rand issue. Okay, I think this is DEX. So even DEX did analysis on it last week, and you can see. So my expectation was that it would come back to this zone, before going further up. Remember, because normally what happens at DEX normally just follows what's happening on the Nasdaq and what's going on the US state also. So whenever you're trading, whenever you see a good move on the looking at the higher time frame, you can see what it did was 3 drops. Also want to take a look at what happened to the, see, 1, 2, 3. Need to reset previous zone. What is the previous zone? Okay, do this. Yeah. See this here. This here. This is just accumulation. Then there's 1, 1, 2, 3 drops. They're just convincing people to sell. So when they sell, it's definitely just collecting more liquidity for the market makers to buy more when the price gets to the level. You can see it's still moving up. So I'm expecting again DEX to move further up, but obviously my best buy, if you're looking at if you're judging by the entry point, I like this entry right here on the buy. If I'm buying, I like buying on the demand level. Not just anywhere. I like buying there. The market will come to your level. It always does. And we've seen reaction on this. People will enter, buy, just chasing the market. What happens? They end up being on the huge drawdown. Okay. Another pair that I know is one of the best paying pairs, GDP USD. So you need to look at it again. And again, GDP USD, my expectation is still the same because we did do analysis on, I think it was Thursday. So Thursday on GDP USD, what we've analyzed. Okay, what we've analyzed on the GDP USD was this. Okay, number one, we expected it to do this. Yes, so we expected to drop, to take out these ones here. We mark that level as S1 and N2 as S2, which is support, 1. So my expectation was on this one, it's just gonna, that was S1. And remember, what we're showing here is a strategy that you can apply across all the markets. You can apply it on crypto, you can apply it on shares, you can also apply it on even on indices. That's why we apply the same strategy even when we're trading. So this was another QML, if you're not familiar. So QML right here, and it did react on that zone. So my expectation obviously on this is that, so we're expecting the pound, to do this. Again, we've done analysis on this. This is another previous level. So expecting the pound come here, or just push up as a week begins. Just hold it up until, obviously it's not going to be a straight line, but expectation are that the price is going to get to that level and it's going to react to this QML here. Yeah, those are some of the pairs I'm looking at this week. I'll upload the analysis on the YouTube channel. Don't forget, once you got the link, make sure you subscribe to the channel and you like this video. It's going to be very powerful. I'll share some of the analysis, via the WhatsApp and also the Telegram channel.